Senate Resolution 358 by Hinojosa of Hidalgo, recognizing the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley in honor of the school's 10th anniversary.
Chair recognizes Senator Hinojosa of Hidalgo on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President, members. Today is a very special day as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. And we have a special delegation visiting us here. In 2013, we passed Senate Bill 24 to create a new university and medical school in the Rio Grande Valley. At that time, I was joined by my colleague, Dean Ceparini, as joint author of the bill. Still in the chamber today, we have Senators Campbell, Hancock, Huffman, Nichols, Swardner, West, and Lieutenant Governor Patrick, who were present on that day when we passed Senate Bill 25. It was that session that the historic transition of the Rio Grande Valley started. In August 2015, UTRGV admitted its first class of students. This August will be its 10th anniversary, a true celebration on its work. This milestone marks a decade of significant contribution to education and community development in the Rio Grande Valley and in South Texas. The university is a model institution for excellence in higher education, research, innovation, and community engagement. Some of the academic achievements it has made, and it has been recognized for its broad range of academic programs, affordable tuition, and supported campus environment. Since the doors opened in 2015, the university has awarded over 56,000 degrees, members, 56,000 degrees. UTRGV enrolls more than 34,000 students. 34,000 students is still growing. The School of Medicine has 200 medical students. Since 2015, the university has added 18 new bachelor degree programs, 17 new master degree programs, 6 new doctoral programs. Research has grown from 31 million in 2016 to 90 million in 2024. Medical education has made great historic strides in the medical school that we opened, and the only medical school of medicine in South Texas. It was opened in 2016, along with included in Senate Bill 25. The School of Medicine was created to provide health care to a region that historically has been medically underserved. In fact, the Rio Grande Valley is designated medically underserved all the way from Brownsville up to Laredo. While the School of Medicine is still very young, it's already dramatically impacted the number of doctors that are graduating, access to primary and specialty care in the valley. It's expanded healthcare services with 25 clinical care sites throughout the Rio Grande Valley, and it's conducting important research in diabetes, Alzheimer's, addiction disorders, and various other cancers. And let me just mention some of the new programs and facilities. The university opened the state first school of podiatry medicine in 2022, the only podiatry school in the state of Texas, and plans to open up a comprehensive academic cancer and surgery center in 2025, as well as the state's second school of optometry in 2027. In 2021, the Student Government Association initiated a referendum to enhance campus life, including the addition of a Division I football team, which will begin its first season this year in August. And Cerro Blanco, I don't see Cerro Blanco probably, but he can hear me. Cerro Blanco is be happy to know that our first UTRGV football game will be against Sol Ross State on a Saturday, August the 30th. We all look forward to that game. UTRGV has been ranked the #1 university in Texas in 2023 and 2024 by Washington Monthly magazine, and recognized as the best public university in Texas for value and social mobility by the Wall Street Journal. It has also gained recognition as a community-engaged university by the Carnegie Foundation. The I'll recognize a special guest that here on the Senate floor with us today, and then I'm going to yield, Mr. President, to my colleague, Dean Severini. And the good part about the university, I'm going to say it goes all the way from Brownsville all the way to Stark County, which is the county that Senator Severini, Dean Severini represents, but it really provides education to all of South Texas. And what's so important is that it continues to grow a growing middle class in an area that's been so educationally underserved for years. So this is a very key institution that's making a difference in people's lives. So on the floor with me, Mr. President and members, we have Dr. Guy Bailey. Dr. Guy Bailey is the founding president, president with lots of experience from Alabama to Texas Tech. He knows how to run a university, and he's been the founding president of UTRGV. We have Dr. Maggie Hinojosa, who is the executive vice president for strategic initiative and student affairs and a deputy to the president. We have Dr. Ken John Seguin. Dr. Seguin is the vice president for research and dean of the graduate college. We also have Veronica Gonzalez, who is the Senior Vice President, Government and Community Relations. And Veronica, I think most of you all know her. Some of us served with her when she was in the House, one of the most effective legislators in the legislature. And of course, we miss her. She was the right-hand person for the delegation where we try to pass legislation. And thank you for all the work you did here in the legislature. And then we also have Patrick Gonzalez, Vice President of Marketing and Communications. Welcome. And if I may, Mr. President, I'd like to recognize a group of medical students and students from UTRGV and some of the professors that are here, administrators. Thank you all for being here at your state capitol. And if I may, and that's the vaquero, who is the mascot for our university, waving. And at this time, Mr. President, if I may, I would like to yield to my colleague, Senator Zaffarini, Dean Zaffarini.
Chair recognizes Dean Zaffarini on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Senator Hinojosa, for bringing this wonderful, wonderful group to our Texas Senate today so that we can recognize them, a recognition that they truly, truly deserve. It was my pleasure to co-author the legislation that created UTRGV, and today it is my pleasure to join Senator Hinojosa in co-authoring this resolution. In only 10 years, members, UTRGV has grown into one of the largest and most impactful Hispanic-serving institutions in the country. It has expanded access to higher education across the Rio Grande Valley, with campuses stretching from Brownsville to Rio Grande City and serving communities throughout the region, including Stark County, which is located in the Senatorial District 21, which I represent. The University Stark County campus is an essential part of its mission to provide local students with opportunities to pursue degrees close to home. UTRGV also extends its reach through the UT Center at Laredo, where it currently offers 4 degrees, a bachelor and master's degree in social work, a Bachelor of Science in Medical Lab Science, and a Master of Education in Counseling. These programs have made all the difference for the counties served by the Laredo UT Education and Research Center. UTRGV's presence helps ensure students in rural and underserved communities can pursue their higher education and enjoy economic mobility. From offering affordable tuition and offering research university opportunities to championing bilingual and bicultural learning, UTRGV is a leader in higher education and a point of pride for our state. That pride is reflected in students such as Paulina King Benitez, a first-generation UTRGV student who is an intern in my capital office this session and through the Rio Grande Valley Legislative Internship Program. A political science major with a minor in legal studies, Paulina exemplifies the very best of UTRGV, dedicated, hardworking, and determined to use her education to give back to her community. UTRGV's first decade is a story of growth, access, and impact, and if students like Paulina are any indication, its future will be even brighter. Mr. President and members, please join us in celebrating the 10th anniversary of UTRGV and recognizing individual students like Paulina who represent the next generation of leaders shaped by this extraordinary institution. Thank you, Mr. President and members, and thank you, Senator Hinojosa, and the wonderful delegation you brought to join us today.
Chair recognizes Senator Hinojosa of Nueces.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Senator Hinojosa and Senator Zaffarini, for bringing this bill forward. Members, it's a true pleasure to welcome UTRGV to the Texas Capitol today in honor of the school's 10th anniversary. We are immensely proud to have you here and to recognize the incredible work you do for our students, families, and communities across the Rio Grande Valley and beyond. Your commitment to education, innovation, and opportunity is making a genuine difference, not just in South Texas, but throughout the entire state. I also want to take a moment to give a special shout out to a very important part of our team, our scheduler, Natalie Garcia, who's doing a tremendous job for us there in the office. She's a proud vaquero, and we are incredibly fortunate to have her. Thank you, UTRGV, for all that you do in the Valley and for our state. And I just want to make another just personal remark in the fact that I've only had a couple of months working with your leadership team, and I want to thank you all for your responsiveness, for your professionalism, and even in light of concerns, but in light of constituent questions and concerns. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you for your leadership in helping us in South Texas, especially the lower Rio Grande Valley. Look forward to our continued working together. And thank you so much for this tie. Went great with my outfit today. So supporting the UTRGV tie. God bless you guys and welcome to your state capitol.
Chair recognizes Senator Menendez on the resolution.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I rise to thank Senator Hinojosa for bringing this resolution forward and to congratulate our friends from the Rio Grande Valley, especially obviously everyone here who's affiliated with the University of Texas, RGV, President Bailey, and your executive leadership team that you brought forward with you. So many amazing, wonderful things come out of the Valley. And so many times when we think of the Valley, we think about all of the agriculture and how it feeds this state and everything it does. But I think what people are going to start to realize and see is all of the human talent that is in the Valley. And all they need is that opportunity to rise, to grow, to be able to stay at home and get that higher education. And so congratulations to your 10-year anniversary. I know you have many more, and to all of the students who came up. Glad to see you here in your state capitol. You need to realize that this building is your building and that we need to do so much work to make sure that the Valley is always a big part of everything the state of Texas does. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, members. And lastly, Mr. President, I initially got up to add all members, make a motion to add all members' name to this wonderful resolution. Thank you, Mr. President.
Is there objection to the motion? Hearing none, so ordered. Is there objection to the adoption of the resolution?
Mr. President, may I?
The chair recognizes Senator Hinojosa to close on the resolution.
I do want to say and recognize, I also have a UTRGV student intern up in the gallery, Sylvia Rodriguez. And Sylvia, thank you for your work and all you've done for our office in keeping us open, working, and scheduling, and putting my files together. Thank you so much. With that, Mr. President, I will move adoption of Resolution 358.
Is there objection to the adoption of the resolution? Chair hears none. The resolution is adopted.